Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to all Malaysians. With regards to those in Bangladesh, a very good morning. So my name is Leilani Mohammad Noor. I'm from BinaPavo. It's an advisory firm in Malaysia. Together with me today, we have two very special guests. You are here today for the NextGen Series. It's entitled Building a Sustainable Brand, Innovating the Business through Effective Marketing and Digital Transformation. So with me, I have our partner, Muhammad Mehdi Hassan Shikder. He's the Managing Director of Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited. Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited is our exclusive partner in Bangladesh. So I'm very happy that together with Lighthouse, BinaPavo is bringing this to you, the NextGen Series. With us today is Mr. Shokil Alam Chaklader from MEP Group. So I'll pass it to Mehdi to introduce Mr. Shokil Alam Chaklader.
Thank you, Dr. Lay, for your wonderful intro. Assalamu alaikum to everyone for joining today's webinar. For our today's title, our guest speaker is Mr. Shokil Alam Chaklader. He is from MEP Group, one of the renowned group in Bangladesh in electronics and electrical sector. He is the second generation leader for his family business. He has become a group director in the year of 2012 for taking care sales and marketing part. Before joining the group as a director, sales and marketing, he has completed his graduation and post-graduation. Both of them are BBA and MBA major in marketing from East West University and North South University. So he's having a very strong background of like educational part and all these things. After joining, he has to work with the first generation, and he has to carry out the mission and vision that has been established by the first generation. So he has done a tremendous dedication and the work with the ethical standard for sales and marketing department for the group. He has bring a positive changes for the company after joining in the 2012 with his guidance of the first generation. He has gone through the, like the sales 6 times higher within the first 3 years. That's been in the 2015. His sales become like 6 times higher compared with the 2012. Everything is possible because of the help of the first generation and, like the absorb the family values. And also he implemented the new ideas with the approval of the first generation, what he has learned from his, like the education, like the development of the SOP for the branding guidance, like the restructuring of the sales team incentive with the ATL, BTL and TTL activities, as well as, like the channel partners, those were the dealer, retailer, and the distributor. So he has given a tremendous support to them. And he's having a very, like the close tie-up with the channel partners, with the meetings, yearly meetings, like the monthly meetings. He's always, like the close with them over, like the WhatsApp or some other, like the platform. So presently he is leading around like 400 plus salespeople under the group. So they're having 8 different company under the group. So he's doing a tremendous job as second generation for sales and marketing. So we'll be, like that, know more about him from himself as well as with the help of Dr. Lee. Thank you, Dr. Lee.
Thank you, Mehdi, for that introduction of Shokil. We've learned a lot, about him, such tremendous milestones that he has achieved. Yeah, so without further ado, for those of you who have just joined us, you all are watching the NextGen series together with Mr. Shokil Alam Chaklader. And the NextGen series is brought to you by BinaPavo with our strategic partner in Bangladesh, which is Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited. So, if you have any questions, please key in the questions in the chat section, and we will address the questions at the end of the session. Yeah? Please put in your questions in the chat section if you have any. All right? So, before we start, maybe I should pass this on to Mr. Shokil. And Shokil, my first question to you. if you could kindly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, and thank you, Media Chaklader. Welcome to all. In Bangladeshi time, good morning. I am Shokil Alam Chaklader. I have completed my BBA from East University, major in marketing and sales, and I have also completed my MBA from North South University in marketing sales also. Now I am working as a sales director of MEP Group. From 2012, I am working here, and so this is my second generation. With the help of our honorable first generation, we are doing here from last 10 years. That's it myself.
So thank you, Shokil. So you've been with the company for 10 years. You've done that upon your graduation. Perhaps you can share with us what are some of the successes and challenges that you face in the family business since you joined 10 years ago, which is around 2012. Yeah. And perhaps you can also share with us what are some of your father's influence and maybe even your uncles. What are some of the influences that is rubbed onto you? That means what have you learned from them, to make you the leader that you are today?
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Now, at first, I want to introduce my company. You know that now MEP Group is distinguished name in Bangladesh electric and electronic industry by offering its comprehensive product range. From back in 1974, almost 50 years, the company has started its journey within only two products. And now then it has established itself as a reliable and modern brand across the country. MEP Group offers diverse range of products, introducing all types of switch socket, cables, different types of LT and ST cables, different types of LED lights, fans, PVC pipe and fittings, and so on. Our company is always committed to use quality raw materials for ensuring 100% quality goods, 100% quality for our valued customer. MEP believes that our company, our first generation, our honorable first generation always believes and ensure ethical practice, number two, commitment and quality consistency for business sustainability, which has become a vital part now part for our company success. You need to know about challenges. Yes, beginning of my journey in 2012, I faced different types of challenges, like a shortage of skilled manpower. It's very important. Semi-automated process. You know that our company is situated as a southern part of our country. This is remote location for factory premises. Barriers of transportation, lead time. Time to time, we have taken proper initiative to ensure our business growth. In challenges, now MEP Group's running almost 8 different companies with the guide and support of our first generation. And our first generation always provide tremendous support for implementing for any new ideas, restructuring our company structure, and financing for new projects. Now, because within our second generation, we established new 4 companies. That's why they are supporting us very hard.
Shokil, I'm so sorry to stop you there. It's very interesting that you said that the second generation has established 4 companies. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
From 2012 to 2023, almost 10 years, we are second generation operating this business jointly. In this time period, we introduced 4 companies with the help of our first generation.
Congratulations. Wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you. MEP Group believes that manpower is our core asset. That's why all of our 2,500 employees are treated as MEP family members. And we, second generation, we are always thankful for our first generation for their tremendous support, guidance, and given us such wonderful opportunity to serve as a second generation entrepreneur.
Shokil, if I may stop you there, you mentioned that you have tremendous support from your first generation. And one of the challenges that you all face, being the fact that the company is located in the southern part of Bangladesh, it becomes a challenge with regards to manpower. Maybe Shokil, you can share with us, how did you, with your brother, manage that challenge of having, more manpower to come and work at MEP?
In our MEP group, in factory level, most of the 80% are female worker. Female worker, we emphasize on females work. That's why we will try to always save them or try to support them properly. In this way, we will try to manage our all employees.
Okay. You were saying you have about 2,500 employees, so
All over the group, or total group in
the total group, yes. All right. So the second question I have for you is, you are an important figure at MEP Group. The fact that you have been very active and very innovative, and your presence in ensuring that the company MEP carries the brand. That you actually make sure that the MEP brand is out there in Bangladesh, and Bangladesh is big, right? So can you share with us, how do you structure and drive your marketing efforts?
Thank you, totally. MEP from our first generation, it was brand. I will try to establish the brand many more. As a group director of sales and marketing in MEP Group, I always put my best effort to make sure that our company marketing and branding efforts are effective and long-lasting for sustainable business growth. I always try to this. As a result, I have focused few core parts in branding and marketing. I established a clear vision and mission for our brand. Second one, develop a strong brand guidelines and SOPs. Third one, plan and execute ATL, BTL, and TTL activities. Restructure and optimize our sales force. Create visibility for our brands in our target market. Roll out the strategy across the Bangladesh. And last one is monitor and evaluate the performance of our brand. I take this initiative to establish our brand for the long time. This is my effort for establishment.
Okay. You've done so many things, putting in, the vision and mission, putting in the brand guideline and the SOP, executing the plan and making sure that you optimize your sales. That's a whole process that you've put into place to make sure that the MEP brand is out there and it becomes a sustainable brand. Can you perhaps also share with us, Shokil, how do you bring your sales team together? Because I understand that your sales team is scattered all around Bangladesh, right? So how many sales team or agent or channel partners do you have? And, how do you bring everybody together? I know you have your guideline and your SOP, but how do you actually make sure that they all carry the same voice, to carry that brand, the MEP brand?
As a sales director, I believe that without a data-driven sales strategy, is not possible to ensure business growth. You told me that sales force are all over the country and my distribution partners also all over the country. That's why to maintain themselves efficiently, we ensure the digital transformation. We implement already online ERP software, especially Salesforce with secondary sales and primary sales. Sales automation, such as our team, it makes them easy to access our product positioning, then pricing. They easily know that our pricing by using software. Delivery status, is it timely or not? They can know that about the help of this software. Achievement, their monthly achievement, weekly, daily, they know everything by using that software. Incentives, they can calculate their incentives, and every month we offer some promotional offers in market. They can know easily and implement it for increasing their sales. By introducing online software, we are getting benefits, like some benefits now. because getting accurate and real data. You know that for business sustainability, it is most important. Then reduce the need for physical documentation using software. That's why we can reduce our physical documentation. Streamline in sales process, increase work efficiency. It also increases efficiency, leading and higher motivation and better teamwork. It helps us to work together in a one platform. We can analyze the data. Sales team is working in its full swing. Now they can utilize their time properly. Ultimately, it will help us to achieve our monthly sales goal more effectively and efficiently.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wonderful to hear that, Shokil. And I understand that you are instrumental in implementing the digitalization of your sales ERP at MEP Group. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn to Mehdi, right? I'm gonna ask him a question. So Shokil, take a short break. Yeah. So Mehdi, Shokil has been talking about how his company, a company that has about 2,000, more than 2,500 employees with 1,600 products. Yeah. And it's, the sales team is all over Bangladesh. MEP Group has already started to, digitalize the way they do things. Can I ask you, Mehdi, the fact that, you are, very familiar with the market in Bangladesh as our strategic partner, yeah, in Bangladesh. How do you see the landscape in Bangladesh with regards to, how people are doing business there and, and the effort towards digitalization, for example?
Firstly, I would like to, give some background data regarding that things before saying that, that as a pinpoint. Almost, I'm working around 15 years plus in Bangladesh industry after completing my graduation from Malaysia. So I have been working for a group of company that is mainly the family business, one of the prominent group of company in Bangladesh. So I have, gone through the changes with the digitalization, with the restructuring of the company, and establishing a new project and all everything over there. So my ex group of company was having 52 different company actually. So few are joint venture, few are public listed, and few are private limited company. So I have seen, the changes time to time, and I have to take care of various, the department and the company later on. Initially, I have started as finance people. My background is finance. So later on, I involved with the business activities. So I was really involved with the transformation of the digitalization, the software implementation, and the tracking system, monitoring system, developing the SOP and all everything. So I have gone through that part. Like the people initially is facing challenges. They are feared to, that absorb that kind of changes, because especially those who have the, joined the company 10 years, 20 years, 30 years back, they scared they are going to lose the job or something like that. But people, if let's say they, they align with the management, they align with the changes, easily they can absorb, easily they can handle. It's not like that, like that might be like 2, 3, 5% people cannot absorb. That's true, but majority can be. Main thing is the mentality. I have seen very closely with the, the second generation managing director, group managing director, as well as, like the chairman of the group, the first generation. Of course, they're having some, the visual changes, the visualization power, as well as they are having some, like the different ideology to take care of the businesses and how they are like grabbing the opportunities. So, like the ones like the second generation is coming on, they are giving huge effort and investing the money on, like the system development, policy procedure, like the software, ERP, as well as with the employee. So it's always bring the positive changes, and with like the minimum manpower, they increase the efficiency. So it's always fantastic. I have said.
Yeah. So Mehdi, do you miss Malaysian food?
Yeah, of course. I miss Malaysian food every day.
So maybe this year you can make a trip to Malaysia together with Shokil.
Hopefully, I'm planning for that, the business summit, that business summit in the KL that's going to be happening in the October, right? Hopefully, I'm joining over there.
Yeah. So
I and our chairman, of course, both of us will be there, hopefully.
Yes, yes, wonderful. I think we would really love to see you and your chairman, together with Shokil in Malaysia. So thank you for sharing a little bit about, about yourself and a bit of the landscape in Bangladesh, especially with regards to businesses that is, that they're not family businesses. Yeah, because um, throughout the entire globe, yeah, I would say between about 60 to 80% of businesses are family businesses. Yeah. In Malaysia, for example, Mehdi, we have about 70% of businesses are family businesses. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, in Bangladesh, it's about 80 to 90%.
I don't have the proper data, but
Yeah.
like all the bigger group, they are the family-owned business.
Yeah.
But generation, second generation, as we got our independent in the year of 1971. So we are mostly like the second generation is running the businesses. First generation and the second generation. In the few group of company, they are like the third generation is coming up. Third generation is coming up. And like that, as I'm like working last 2 years for my company for Lighthouse, so also I have to work with the various industry and mostly from the family businesses. So if you ask me personally, I work around 28 different industry. In my previous job, around like 12 plus year plus my 2 years plus career in Lighthouse. So I work closely around like 28 industry. Most of them are from the family business. And Bangladesh, like a huge opportunity because we can see that the last few decades is tremendously improving in terms of GDP, like everything, like the communication and all everything is improving dramatically. And we are having huge manpower. As you know that the Bangladesh also exporting the manpower. People is going over there to work. Now it's time to, like the develop the skill. Those who are having the skill in the factory premises, like the technical people, they are getting higher salary actually. And our GDP growth is around 7%. We are having 170 million people. And our people is a bit good about the study, like the English and all everything compared with the others, like that. We are okay. Mostly people is focusing on the agriculture part. So now the people we can see like the last 5-6 years, especially during the COVID situation, the more business is coming up with the service sector, which is giving like the very good feedback for the economy. And government is like the promoting for the FDI, foreign direct investment, and government is promoting 100 different like the specialized economic zone under the prime minister office. So which will like bring the positive changes because people is coming, like the foreign investor is coming over there, and like they are going to get 10 years tax benefit, 5 years more tax, and after 6 to like the 10 years reducing rate of tax benefit they are going to get. And for like the communication and all everything what Mr. Shokil was saying, because previous time like this is one of the prominent bridge called the Podda Bridge, like the his factory is near to that Podda Bridge. So that time he has to use like the ferry and all everything, like the river channel. So he was like facing challenges. Now it's very simple. Like the previously from Dhaka to this factory, it was taking sometimes 12 hours because less ferry, like the environment is not good. The weather is not good. Now they are getting, like the 3 hours and maximum 4 hours they can reach from Dhaka to there.
Yeah.
And so we're also promoting like the deep sea port, so which will like that give us a very good accessibility for importing and exporting.
Okay, a lot of opportunities in Bangladesh. I'm so glad that we have this partnership between BinaPavo and Lighthouse Business Consulting, and to my to my friends who are listening in. I know I see a few. Yeah, I see Nathan. He's also a second generation of our family business. And I see a few other one or two more Malaysians. So this is an opportunity to have a look at what Bangladesh has to offer. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mehdi, for that. If I can perhaps uh, speak to Shokil again. Yeah. And a good overview given by Mehdi. But Shokil, I still am intrigued with what you're doing with regards to your transformation. digital transformation. The impact on the sales that you have, and I believe is very positive. Can you share with me also what are some of the challenges that you face with people when you put in this digital transformation?
Nowadays, in Bangladesh, most of the people are using a smart set, and our software is basically work with for smart sets. Now, who can use a smart set? Now he or he can easily use it. For digitalization, we have to invest money for digitalization, but we will not face at present any problem for people, because they always they know they using a smart set. So that's why it is easy for them to use it.
Okay, so the sales teams are given a smart set as they are scattered all around Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes we face some internet facility, because you know that all of our country internet facility is not same as.
Yeah.
That's why in from remote area we'll face some internet problem.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay. But when they get to the office or when they have internet connection, they all can get to the dashboard and look at, yeah, okay. So you mentioned earlier on, and I totally am with you. Uh, to 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 be digitally ready, yeah, to be digitally ready, you need to have huge investment, right?
Yeah.
So can you share? Yeah. So can you share with us, Shokil, as a second generation, what was your experience like, having to uh, convince the first generation that I need to invest. We need the company to invest in digitalization. How was the challenge, or how did you go and convince the first generation?
Uh, we are so lucky that our first generation is very helpful. They are, when we approach something, they take it very positively, and if they understand, yeah, it is good for our business, then they have no argument. Tell all that, just do it, develop our business, because they know that they are very helpful and very, I think what I say, that they tremendously support us. What I don't know, even they say that you should do it. That is our first generation. That's why we are so lucky, and we are thankful for our honorable first generation also.
Okay. Yeah, you are indeed very lucky, because BinaPavo has been in the family business advisory field for about, maybe I would say, about close to 10 years. And most of the time, um, convincing the first generation, or the current generation, to invest into something new or to get into a new venture can be very challenging. Yeah, to hear from you that your family, your uncles, yeah, are very supportive into transforming, innovating the business. Yeah, so that's very fortunate. And I also believe it's because the first generation believe in you, right?
Not
They trust
me.
you.
No, not me only. We all second generation.
Correct.
We are working here 8 second generation members. That's why most of the all they trust all of us.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. I was unaware of that. So my apologies. So I think it goes back to the fact that the first generation believe in the second generation. right? Yeah, so they believe in the second generation, they trust the second generation, and I think time and time again, the second generation has proven that when they embark on something, it happens. You deliver what is being, what you are supposed to do, right? Okay, that's just to share a little bit. When I did my PhD, almost 10 years ago, yeah, I studied on how decisions are made in a family business, especially when the next generation wants to embark on a new venture or want to embark on a new project. And one of the most important elements uh, to ensure that the idea can be turned into a business opportunity is trust, right? That the first generation plus the second generation, right? There is a lot of communication between the two generations. So I believe that is what is happening at MEP Group with between the two generations. So congratulations to the family. Yeah. Still on the topic of digital transformation, Shokil, uh, I was made to understand that you are almost at the tail end of your implementation. Is it in June you mentioned?
Yeah, 50% already introduced, and rest of the 50% already within 2 months it will be right.
Okay. So what is your hope? Upon the completion of the uh, digital transformation, upon the completion, what is your hope for MEP Group?
My for digitalization, as a sales director, I believe one thing, that is, without a accurate data is not possible to continuous business growth, because without system, all data we have, that is not correct. If we get by digitalization accurate data, that will help us to get more success in near future. And I believe another thing is, in this industry, we are the first time we are introducing secondary sales automation. If I can do it properly, it will be good for our industry and also for our company.
So you mentioned about accurate data, yeah,
Yeah.
and I believe that with information is power, yeah. So yeah, so yeah, information is power. So with accurate data, you all can make better decisions, right?
Yeah.
In moving forward. Okay, all right. So let me go to the next question, Shokil. What would be your advice, yeah, that you will give to next gen leaders? Especially those who are in similar position as you.
Thank you. As a second generation, my suggestion to next gen leaders who are finding themselves in a similar position should importance family values first,
Mm.
and second, mention the family oriented approach to the business. This is important, and few other values in family business should maintain, otherwise it cannot sustain. The point is, I already told that between first generation, second generation, and second generation, all of both the generation, you need to maintain mutual understanding. It's very important. Then mutual trust, commitment, dedication to business, maintain ethical standard in business, product or service quality should be top in priority basis. Then ensure customer satisfaction. It is also important, because for long-term business, without customer satisfaction, it is not possible your business sustainability. And maintain and should mindset to open a new ideas and approach, because all over the world, what is doing on, you should apply on your business time to time. That's the main thing for sustainable business sustainability. For the this is my suggestion to next gen leader. And I also believe that, and everyone should essential should essentially impact think that to be happy with the present in your present situation, you should do it, which will help anyone to ensure sustainable growth. Because if we compare so many times, it will not good for personal and also business.
But that is very difficult, Chef, because a lot of people, sometimes they compare themselves, especially the younger generation, they like to compare themselves with their peers.
Yes, we also always compare with others, but we should think about where is he? He is not here for in short time. He for this position he is a struggle long time. So
Mhm.
if I struggle, if I work long time, I will be there inshallah. But we should happy. Everyone should happy with the present situation. That will helpful, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my personal opinion.
Yeah. Thank you. I really, it's not easy, especially the younger generation. I do want to say that I'm a younger generation, but but even sometimes tend to compare, myself to certain personalities. Maybe because we want to benchmark ourselves, right? Just to see where we are. Maybe it's a way for us to say, okay, if I benchmark it to so and so, I can find ways to improve myself, right? Yeah, but
It is compare when it is compared to improving yourself. That is good.
mhm,
That is good.
yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, that is good. But when you're comparing, and make you feel down or make you feel depressed, that's the one that is not good. Yeah,
Not good.
yeah, okay. So, Shokil, I'm just gonna turn my question back to Mehdi, right? Okay. So, Mehdi, Shokil was talking about, family values, and also, mutual understanding. Um, of your years of experience working with family businesses in Bangladesh, how do you see family values are being embedded in organizations?
Actually, like the people is having the group business in Bangladesh, so many company, like the public listed, private listed, some JV and all together. They are having, like the very good structure of the company, complex situation, everything over there. But end of the day, like the main decision and the transformation and the vision and, like like the interest about the new project and continuation of the project, all is determined by the family, like the tabletop and family values. And like the fathers is like the transforming as a transformational leader, father is transforming to their like the son or daughter, like their child. So all together, like it's all depend on the family values, family culture, how they are, like the growing, as we are the like the Muslim community as well in the Bangladesh, like Malaysia. So like the over here, like family compliances also should be, like the comply with the Sharia compliances and all everything. So altogether, whatever the business they are going to do, there is like lots of opportunity. Some business might not be halal. People also consider that thing. So altogether, if we talk about the corporate culture, blah blah blah, all everything, but end of the day, family values, family belief, family culture is like the leading the generation to generation and running the businesses.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess the family values, the values that you have at home, we will take that to the office, because those good values that you have in the family can be seen, right? When you actually operate in the office, right? So that good values is also seen in the office environment or the business environment. Okay, thank you for sharing that, Mehdi. So before I take on questions from the participants, yeah, we have one question from Dr. Moha, but before I go to the question, and that question is posted to Shokil. But before I do that, I just want to share with you a bit of an update of um, what kind of events BinaPavo will be having in the near future. So so that some of you may want to partake in it. And I'm just going to share a slide very quickly. And if you all can see this, yeah. So yeah, before we go on to the question, if you have any question, please put it on the chat section. We will address it shortly. But before that, I just want to share, especially for our Malaysians who are here. I also see Dr. Aziz, who is here participating in this session today. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Aziz. So in May, 23rd May, we have what we call the Renovate, not innovate, because innovate spells with an I. It means that I innovate, right? So, well, this is an event which is in collaboration with BinaPavo, together with Strat Navigo and Fourth Innovation Institute. We will be having Renovate Asia 2023. And we have a very special keynote speaker, which is Gijs van Wolfen. He is a speaker, author, LinkedIn influencer, from the Fourth Innovation Methodology. A very prominent person in terms of innovation culture. So together with me at the conference will be Dr. Suraya Sulaiman, Safura Atan, Dr. Eric Balen, and we have one more. We are pending the confirmation of another person that will be joining us in the panel session. So I invite, those of you who are in Bangladesh or anywhere you are, if you can make a trip to Malaysia on the 23rd of May, please contact Mehdi, right? And do join us, in May in Kuala Lumpur, right? As mentioned by Mehdi also earlier during the session, at the start of the session, Mehdi, together with his chairman, will be joining us. They are actually Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited is our supporting partner for the third Asia Pacific Family Business Summit 2023. And the theme for the summit this year is Innovating Sustainable Learning. So this is where we look into how family businesses are transforming for business continuity and family legacy. How families are learning, developing their next generation, developing their employees to make sure that the business will remain to be sustainable and the family legacy will continue. So that is on the 11th and the 12th of October in Kuala Lumpur. Please lock your calendar and join Mehdi, join his chairman, and inshallah maybe join Shokil, to come to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur in October. We really hope to see you. Last year, we had about over 150 people in Kuala Lumpur at Hilton, Petaling Jaya. And we also had it hybrid for our guests who are unable to come to Kuala Lumpur. But I really invite all of you, to come to Kuala Lumpur in October. So do save the date. So those are the two advertisements I'd like to share before I go to the question. So the question that we have here is to Shokil, Can you describe the type of leadership practiced by the first generation? And is it the same leadership style practiced by the second generation?
Thank you, Dr. Lee. From our first generation, we know that I already mentioned that we taught one thing, that is our first generation believes for sustainable business growth, first thing is ethical practice. In your business, you need to be, always should be ethical for every sector. Then commitment for all of your channel partners, suppliers. So you need to commitment keep your commitment properly, and quality consistency. Because without quality consistency, business sustainability is not possible for the long time. Because if your customer is not happy, then will not purchase it again. So quality consistency, if you have, you can grow up your business. Our first generation values, we also follow this, and we also try to maintain second generation. That's why I think this is our core things for become a good leader or businessman.
So Shokil, you say that the values that the first generation has inculcated to the second generation is ethical practices, commitment to your stakeholders, yeah, and quality consistency. So these are the three.
And ethical practice, family values, ethical practice.
Yeah, and ethical family values, ethical practice. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. And the second question is, what motivational factors influence the leadership style of the first generation as opposed to the second generation? What motivates you?
Motivates from first generation, that is thing is my personally motivate that is that their acceptability and their acceptability and their support. When we tell something, they accept very easily and very positively. That will create motivation to me, and it is helpful to work properly, I think.
Yeah.
My motivation point.
Okay. So, knowing that the first generation support the second generation, you and your 7 cousins, yeah, um, that they are positive, when they get feedback from the second generation, and the fact that they accept, this acceptability,
Accept.
yeah. Shokil, I want to take on what you say. What would you advise to other second generation when they have the challenge of not having their first generation supporting them? Because I hear this a lot from the second generation. What would your advice be for them?
Not advice, I will tell this is suggestion, that is if they have mutual understanding and they can think themselves for the first generation, they can understand them properly for the long time, it will helpful for them, because everybody knows their success, their business growth. If is it okay, it is good for their business, obviously I believe that obviously first generation will take this decision and support them. You have to understand them.
This mutual understanding that you're saying, I am with you on this also. Such a wise thing that you're saying, know your generation, know your first generation, and know your business, right? So if you know your business and you know your first generation, then there will be mutual understanding between the first and the second generation. Yeah. I can feel the passion in you, Shokil. The fact that you understand the business on your fingertips. Yeah, things are at your fingertips. And I guess that goes back to why they believe in the second generation. That's why they trust the second generation, right? Yeah.
Trust us.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to say thank you so much to Shokil. Yeah, before we wrap it up. So, on behalf of BinaPavo and also Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited, thank you so much, Mr. Shokil, for the wonderful session today. We really appreciate you sharing about yourself, your family, your siblings, your first generation of the MEP Group. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sorry for my leaving me. Thank you, Dr. Lee. Thank you, Media Sikdar. Thanks all of your team that giving me this type of opportunity to join this meeting. Inshallah, we'll be meet again. And Dr. Lee, I am inviting you in Bangladesh for visiting our country. You are always will be most welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Inshallah, I'll see you, inshallah, yeah, in August. Thank you, Shokil. Yeah, and thank you to MEP Group. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Walaikum salam. So that's Shokil. He has to leave, a very busy person. Yeah. Even if it's a Saturday, he's also still very much involved. I was made to understand he has 3 other meetings. Yeah. Despite the fact that he has 3 meetings, I'm very grateful that he still made the time to join us today. Yeah. So before I want to end the session, if there's any other questions from our participants, please ask. But perhaps before we do that, maybe Mahedi, you would like a quick rundown on the services that you offer at Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited?
Sure. Okay, thank you, Dr. Lake. Before, like that, giving that part that what Lighthouse is doing all about, before that, I would like to, like, mention few points regarding the family business. Actually, in the family business in Bangladesh, it's a very new concept, the family business advisory or the consultation, because people is not having that kind of idea. Once, like the most of them is thinking like the family business is something like, like the small shop or something like that. The family business is mainly the group of companies, so people don't have that kind of thinking. And moreover, in our country, family business advisory is not been introduced previously. So maybe I think, as per my understanding and the knowledge, the BinaPavo is the first time that with the Lighthouse we are bringing the family business advisory services in Bangladesh. And recently, I can see a few, like the big four. I don't want to mention the name, but one of the big four the consultancy firm, multinational consultancy firm, they are offering that family business advisory services. So it's a very unique one. So there is having a prospect to like the explore. And I believe that BinaPavo is having like fantastic, like the track record regarding that things, as like we are the Asian country. So, and our values, our culture, our religion is similar. So I believe we can play a vital role in a family business advisory services, because you can see over here mostly the challenges, especially we're talking about the challenges about the family businesses. It's not the external part, I believe. As per my, like the experience last 15 years, I have seen lots of businesses growing, lots of businesses has fallen down. Problem is not the external part. External part is, like external is external for everyone, and taken care by government, taken care by so many, like the layers. But the problem is the internal. So where we can work actually, I believe we are having a fantastic, like the place to work with in Bangladeshi market, and you will find like similar challenges. Mostly, like that they don't have the strategic planning. They think that their ad hoc basis or like the reactive process is okay, but like the structure and proactive, they are not good. They are not managed and focused in the fourth level. And the fifth level, the continuous improvement, they don't have. They don't have the critical resources to, like the keep their company. So they are not following the, like the generation to generation, like the some values, ideas, they are not keeping up. And they are not, like investing in the people. They are not, like the lack of what call that the leadership skill, the change management, and also on. As such, we can see that the last 4 or 5 years, like the so many businesses coming up in the service sector, they are not the family business. They are the, like the really the, like the fresh graduate. They are having a tremendous idea, in the service sector, and they are doing. But on the other hand, family business having money, they are having networking, they are having everything, but they are not the new businesses, because they are not, like playing with the new ideas. They are struggling with their existing businesses on the complex scenario in a big, like the big, like the organizational structure, like a public listed company, private company, joint venture company, single policy. So many struggles they are facing. So they are not focusing for the next part. And the family issues also over there. Everybody having the family issue. Everybody has it. So hope we can work over there. Okay, that's about our today's topic. And for the Lighthouse, we are management consultancy firm in Bangladesh. We are mainly providing services, like the HR consultancy, financial consultancy services, VAT related, plus in the value-added tax consultancy, tax consultancy. We provide process improvement. We provide human resource supply services and management. We are providing BPO services, and so on actually. And of course, along with you, we are providing some training module, as well as with our existing, like the consultant, they are also providing the training, and we will provide the training through BinaPavo as well, and the family business advisor.
Mehdi, there is one question. Can you give an example? This is from Dr. Moha. Can you give an example of an internal issue or factor that has not been addressed well by family businesses then? Internal issue, yeah.
Look, I'm not mentioning any of the name, just a issue actually, that usually not maintained. Most of the time, like that they are doing the process with ad hoc basis. If we talk about strategic management and the planning, there is the 5 different level for continuous improvement or the sustainability, right? So what they are doing, they're putting the people, they're giving the, like the training, they are selecting the employees, and they're doing fantastic as an ad hoc basis. Once like, like the organization is a mature level, from the beginning, from the beginning scratch. So they're putting the same person over there without training, without investing them, and giving them, like the pressure, giving them, like the huge work, but they are not growing mentally. They are not growing their, like the, what call that, the leadership part. And moreover, they need, like the few part people, critical resources. So company is not providing that critical resources. So things is that, like the business is struggling in some point, some mature stage, they are like struggling. They are not, like the going, they are not with the consistent level. They are facing the challenges because people's salary is becoming higher, because people benefit is higher, the organizational costs already increased, so many compliances over there. So at the end of the day, they are not investing in the people, they are not investing in the employee, they are not investing for, like the critical resources. So that is like falling down. And some other business, those who are having, like the focusing area on that part, so they are having the continuous improvement, and they are grabbing that, like the, what call that, the market share from the existing business. And we can see recently so many group of company is falling down. And recently, like 1 month back, we can see another group of company already split two different, like the group of company only for the internal conflict, And the last 4 or 5 years during the COVID situation, and after the, like the some economic recession or the financial, like the instability. So few more group is, like the going to split very soon, that I can see. Only for the, like the focusing area. They are not investing. Don't have the proper strategic planning and the implementation and the evaluation process. They are just on the go,
Yeah, yeah.
like ad hoc basis.
I get you. Thank you for sharing that, Mehdi. So I'm just going to share 2 or 3 slides of the services that we are, offering it together with Lighthouse Business Consulting. Yeah, as mentioned by Mehdi earlier on, there are a lot of internal issues, matters, and I guess these are common challenges faced by family businesses worldwide. Yeah, it is not just faced by businesses in Bangladesh, neither is it just faced by businesses in Malaysia, but it is actually, common worldwide. Yeah, because families are families, regardless where they are, yeah, in the world. Families are families. We have the same dynamics as families around the world. And families are in business has greater challenges, right? And, and the fact that BinaPavo is working closely with Lighthouse Business Consulting, because we share, similar values or same values. And, and most of the family businesses that we serve are Muslim families. Yeah, which is, majority of the population in Bangladesh are Muslims. So inshallah, yeah, we understand the requirements and the needs of family businesses in Bangladesh, right? So here's just to share very quickly what offerings we have together with Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited. On family businesses, we look into the development of the family business, especially on family governance. So we help families to curate and formalize the family governance process and structure. And this is so that the family can move forward in harmony, not just the family, but certainly the business continuity and sustainability. Number 2 is on succession. Yeah, we will help families to formulate a succession planning framework embedded together with grooming as well as coaching for the next generation. Third is on wealth strategies. We will help to design strategies to ensure that the wealth is maintained. Strategies are being put in place in multi-generations, yeah, from one generation to another generation to ensure the legacy of the family wealth. And last but not least is on sustainability. We align the family business punya vision, mission, values to identify ESG goals and initiatives. So that is on family business advisory. Together with Lighthouse, we also have strategy analysis and formulation for leaders. Yeah, this is very much into looking into how you can make decisions to formulate a strategy for the company. And this is not specifically for family businesses. This can be any of our corporate clients. It's 9-day a program or spread over 3 months. Yeah. Then we have our emotional leadership. So we are always talking about leaders nowadays. You have to lead with empathy. Yeah, it's no longer just leading with your competency and your skill. You have to lead with empathy. So BinaPavo, we are the only one in Malaysia. In fact, there's only 2, in Asia, in Asia that is able to deliver this program. Yeah, so this is a very unique program, and I think this is very important for leaders to acquire, which is emotional leadership. Yeah, so please get in touch with Mehdi if you would like to know more about emotional leadership and how you can lead with empathy. Yeah. And last but not least, we also have the customer experience deck. So this is to make sure that your sales team or the team that you're working with are high performing teams. Yeah. By just understanding your customers with empathy. Again, it's always about empathy. You can be the greatest salesperson, but if you do not understand your prospective clients, you are not empathic towards your prospective clients, if your focus is all about just selling, chances are you would not close the deal. Yeah? To close the deal, you have to be empathetic as well. Yeah? So again, emotion plays a big role in closing the deal. So these are some of the services, the programs that together with Lighthouse Business Consulting is being offered in Bangladesh. Yeah. So Mehdi, is there anything else you'd like to share before we call it a day, or do we have any
Right.
questions? Yeah.
Just 2-3 sentences. Just now he was like mentioning about your program with the association with Lighthouse. So the empathetic matter and like like the emotional leadership and the growing tendency. In Bangladesh, most of the high level, like the chief level or the CXO level or the head of the department, they are leaving Bangladesh only for that matter, not for the money, not for other things, only for that empathy. Only for that emotional part is not taken care by the company,
Right.
not the boss. Boss means not always with the like the owner, with the like your immediate boss even. So that's why they're like leaving the company. That's why they are those who are like really talented and they're like struggling and they're like facing each and every like institute in the same kind of challenges. So they're better to leave that country. We are losing our like the what call that our billion people. We are losing every day. Every day we are losing.
Yeah, it's called the brain drain. Yeah, the brain is drained towards other countries, and they're not staying in Bangladesh. Yeah, so inshallah,
I can see that like the multinational company when they are like coming, they are having that kind of values.
Yeah.
They are working like like the 9 to 5 means 9 to 5. You're not always like ready to fight like like the war. So they're having that kind of tendency. So they're growing well. Their employee can give like the much more better feedback.
Okay, yeah, true, very true. Yeah, so if you all like to know more about the programs, the learning and development programs that we have, please contact Mehdi at Lighthouse Business Consulting. But if you're in Malaysia, please contact me. Yeah. All right. If you're in Bangladesh, please contact Mehdi, our exclusive strategic partner. Yeah. So if we don't have any more questions, I thank all of you for joining us. My sincere gratitude, of course, coming from BinaPavo as well as Lighthouse Business Consulting Limited. Our sincere gratitude to Shokil Alam Chaklader of MEP Group for taking the time to speak with all of us, for sharing his experiences, sharing with us his story, basically as the second generation of a large family business. So thank you, Shokil. I know you're not here Yeah, but I know you'll be listening later on. Yeah, when you look back at this video. So thank you so much, yeah, to Shokil. On behalf of BinaPavo, I'd like to also thank my partner, yeah, Mehdi, for arranging this session with us today. Wonderful session. I appreciate the commitment as well as the hard work, yeah, and the drive, yeah, that you are putting to make sure that together, we strive to serve the businesses, not just in Bangladesh, but also in Malaysia. So thank you, partner. Yeah. And last but not least, all of you who made it today. Yeah. Despite the fact that it's a Ramadan month, it's a Saturday weekend. I understand that it's a long weekend, it's a public holiday or something like that. Yeah. The fact that you're all here, listening on until the end, both Mehdi and I thank you, yeah, for staying on. Thank you so much for the attendance. So with that, this is the NextGen Series brought to you by BinaPavo in collaboration with Lighthouse Business Consulting. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.